Senator Miles, for what purpose?
Question to the author, Mr. President.
You yield.
Of course, I'll yield.
Thank you.
Amen.
Bryan, Senator Hughes, you've done a good job of breaking down what many of us know is a bad bill, discriminatory bill.
Go ahead, please.
You know, I represent, Senator Hughes, a minority district. I have a lot of African Americans, Hispanics, majority, and I've got a large LGBTQ population in my district in Houston. But in addition to that, I also have downtown Houston,
Right.
the convention center, all 3 sporting arenas, many of 5, 4-star, 3-star hotels, that I've got to be concerned because the economy in Texas is so robust now. Business is good for everybody. The doors of the state are open, as Lieutenant Governor and the governor always say. And we want to keep that going for the economics,
Yes,
for the
sir.
sake of our school finance bill, for the sake of the tax bill that Senator Betancourt's got. We want to keep things going. Am I correct, Senator Betancourt? Let's keep things going. Isn't that right, Lieutenant Governor? We want to keep things going. And as you heard Senator Alvarado say, many major corporations, just like the bathroom bill 2 years ago, have spoken out against this bill. But yet we stand here today trying to get it passed. And I've heard everybody, all of my colleagues ask you questions, and some of them were pretty much the same. And Senator Johnson, you did a great job with yours. That was a different approach. So I want to take a small, different approach as well, okay?
All right.
Stay with me.
All right.
Your amendment changes the language from a person's sincerely held religious beliefs to membership or donation to a religious organization. Correct?
Yes, sir. That's right.
That's what the amendment's going to do. Senator Hughes, my good friend, you and I spent a lot of time talking about this bill back and forth, and we had some candid conversations.
That's right.
What's the difference between, tell me the difference between a person citing their own religious beliefs or supporting a company that cites discriminatory, racist beliefs. What's the difference between an organization doing it and a person doing it?
So I think the difference is between the file bill and the amendment. The file bill was much broader. Sincerely held religious belief, actions based on that can be pretty broad. The amendment, as you and I have talked about, is very focused. The amendment is focused only on your affiliation with a religious organization, including your contributions to it. So that would be the difference. Rather than anything in the world that might be affected by your religious beliefs, very focused only on affiliation with the church you go to, the church you write a check to, things like that. That's what the bill is focused on. With the amendment, of course.
But a person spewing racist or discriminatory beliefs, they're both bad. Would you agree with me?
Of course. And under this bill, if someone is spewing racist, discriminatory language, they get no protection from this bill. The only thing this bill does is if an adverse action is taken against you by the government based on your affiliation with a religious organization or your contribution to them, that's the only protection anybody gets out of this bill. And everybody gets it, no matter what the church, left, right, no matter whether they're liberal, conservative theology. If it's a religious organization as defined in that section of the code, that's where the protection comes into play. And that's important. I thank you for making that clear.
Not a problem. So let's consider this. Stay with me.
All right.
A private business has a contract with the state.
All right.
The owner of that business belongs to a religious organization that discriminates against people because of their race, religion, gender. Under your bill, could the state terminate that person's contract?
Under the language of the bill, once we get the amendment on, no, sir, because that definition is important. So this is not about using religion to cloak otherwise offensive activity. In fact, that's why that definition was put there, to make sure that religion wasn't abused, people weren't just invoking that to cover up evil deeds. No, thank you. That's important.
So same situation, but now the owner donates to religious groups that seeks to discriminate against another religious group, can the state terminate his contract then?
Senator, if the religious group met the definition, and that would mean they would have to be, their primary purpose and functions are religious. That would mean religious charity, religious and charitable purposes. Only a group like that would apply, if that makes any sense.
So I'm going to say that your answer is going to be no there as well.
As I understand the question, that's right.
It's going to be
that's
no.
right.
So let me ask you the big question.
I'm following you. I'm trying.
Do you think the state should be giving taxpayers money to businesses that support and discriminate against other Texans? Because that's what you're just saying. Your two no's just answers.
You think the state should be giving
taxpayer dollars to people or organizations that discriminate against other Texans?
No, sir. Let me be clear. This bill does not protect those organizations, right? This bill is about, take one step away, this is about people who are a member of a church or give money to a church, right? You and I think our churches are probably pretty similar. There's diverse churches represented on the floor of the Senate and certainly in Texas. Some folks don't go to church, some folks go to synagogue or mosque. They're all protected under the First Amendment, and they're all, to make sure, they're all protected under this bill. This is about everybody.
Bryan, you know, you and I were classmates. We always...
I know that.
You're a very good opponent. But respectfully, brother, this ain't nothing but another pig with lipstick. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.